This week's video is all about the humble solar panel and is very kindly sponsored by EcoFlow. EcoFlow have sent us a pair of their new 100-watt rigid solar panels to test out on the van build. I've already had a sneak peek and they look like a great little panel. They're made with black silicon monocrystalline cells, put out 5.9 amps and 17 volts max. I'm going to wire them up in series, which doubles the voltage but keeps the amps the same at just under 6. Explorers Life go into quite a bit of detail on their website, but essentially a 12 volt battery requires at least 14 volts to charge it. Now most of these 100-watt panels put out between 17 to 20 volts, which means they'll need to be at least 75% capacity before they'll even start charging your batteries. By wiring them up in series, which doubles the voltage, they'll only need to be at around 40% before they'll start charging batteries. The amp stays the same, so they won't be putting out as much at their peak as if they were in parallel, but you just get a broader time throughout the day where they will actually charge, which for us in England, travelling through Europe potentially is going to be better. I'll pop a link to Explorer's page because it is actually quite an interesting read if you're into that sort of thing. It's going to be a little bit fun trying to fit these on here because you can probably see we've got a fibreglass roof, which isn't as strong as steel as if you're putting them on a Sprinter or a Craft or something. And the shape of the roof is a bit odd as well. I'm hoping bolt the two together and put them up like this, if that makes sense. Probably should have thought about this before I put the marquee up. I might just roll the van forward to give us a bit more space away from this. That's a bit better. We've got a load of ice stuck to the ceiling in there, so I want to just beat that down. Just weighing it down a bit. First things first. Give this a clean. Just going to see if I can come up with some sort of platform to work on rather than relying on a ladder and having to move it all the time. This is going to be more awkward than I thought. So slight change of plan. I'm going to spin them horizontally like that, one on top of the other. I think that'll look and work a bit better. So the next thing to figure out is how the brackets are all going to hold it together. I've got a slimline gland, seal, and some Z brackets. Those two go into the roof. That one bolts onto the panel. So the initial plan was to bolt these together in the middle and use 4 brackets just to save space, but these are only rated to a maximum of 150 watt panel, so they'd be overloaded on this. So what I'm going to do is share the same holes in the middle, so there will be a gap, but only like that. Stainless steel bolts, that's washers. There's a nice little ridge here I can follow to line it up square. Bolts, bolts. Gonna replace this vent with an electric one, hopefully. This is leaking anyway, so I don't want to put them back over just in case this needs to be a bit bigger. Let's try the next one. Right up to the line, right up to the edge. Bloody hell, that's close. Those two will hold that one in place for now. I'm gonna lift the other. Oh, where are you going? I can lift the other one up, put the holes in the centre, make sure they're all square, and then do the bolts properly. I've also got to put this inlet in as well. As you can see, we've hit a bit of wood. I'll show you where that is inside. These two have come through all this space, and the next lot have come right down into this batten. One's just clear. Actually, you can't see anything. One's coming just there, just shy of it. One's come in there. The other one's just gone straight down into the batten, I think. Pretty confident with these measurements. I reckon that batten up there must be like 10 mil out this way, like in, throwing it off. I think I'll come back to that in a minute. Just lift that other panel up now. Still got to put washers and stuff on once I've figured out where the cable can come into. Sort of need it from out under the thingy. Let's have a look how this works. Danni's drill, hole for this, hole for the 4 screws. That's where cables come in through these two, down in through the fiberglass. I give it a little cutting template as well. You can see that, a bit bright. Can you see a thing? I can't see what you can see. But I'm writing away, and yeah. Got the tripod precariously balanced on a sheet of roofing, so it keeps moving. So to wire in series, we join the positive and negative of one panel, and then you get the positive and the negative of the others, which then goes to your MPPT solar charge controller. To get these through the glands, I'm going to have to just take these MC4 connections off. So I thought I was nearly done the other night, and then just after I tightened up the first bracket, no, second bracket, I thought I haven't got any gasket or sealant or anything beneath the bracket, so I'm going to undo those, make a little template out of some, I've got a bit of flooring off cut, and then make a template and cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 little pieces out, and then put some sealant in when I put the bolt in, bolt them down. So these ones here is where I had trouble with it going into the batten. The brackets actually came with these self-tapping screws, or set nuts. Nut setters? No, what are they called? I can't think what they're called. Self-drilling, self-tapping nuts anyway. Bolts. So I'm going to try and fire one through into the batten. Because I can't be sure on the integrity of that MDF or batten or whatever it is, then I will put some bolts through, drill another hole somewhere else in the bracket, or come up with additional brackets just to hold the edge just in case. Now I've got to take these out and put the seal underneath, and same again on that side. Guess who ran out of daylight again? Kind of important when you're filming a video all about solar panels. They're all bolted in. Just got to connect them up now. But as I think I've already said, we haven't actually got the MPPT yet to wire in. I'm sort of lighting out. We haven't got the MPPT yet to wire in, but for now, I'll put my connectors back on. Normally these cables could go straight into the MPPT without the ends on, but for now what I'm doing, and what I'm hoping in the future, is with this cable from EcoFlow, I can plug either from the solar panels into directly in EcoFlow, either River or Delta, and then also have some leads that I could disconnect and plug into a normal system, so I could charge solely from that, or into the unit directly. So I don't know if that makes sense or not. I haven't had a second coffee yet. That's the back, there's the back. And then that one, and then that screws down. I think this is the positive shape. Yeah, lovely. That one comes onto there. This one I had to get the little thing out. They're quite difficult to take apart. 1, 2, and then I should be able to put that one. So I've got my EcoFlow River 2, I think this is the max, but any of those would work with this. Hopefully when I plug this in, what's that at? 82%. It's really quite overcast, it's a bit of a bad day for this really, but let's see if anything happens. Yeah, not a lot, but it is working. 17 watts at the minute. Panels are covered in water as well, to be fair, and it's pretty glim out. When we get some sun on a later video, I'll make sure to test them again as well. If you'd like to see more specific topic videos like this, then please let me know in the comments. I'd love to make some more sort of individual task videos, whereas normally I sort of end up on a tangent and have sort of 8 unfinished jobs on the go. Thanks again to EcoFlow for sponsoring this video. I'll leave some affiliate links to the solar panels and the river in the description. You won't get charged any more for them, but it just helps our channel out if you use them links. Thank you so much to our patrons, and we'll see you next week. Danny might even be in a video as well.